Scully Productions.
What's up, Joe? What's up, everybody? This is Jeff Fannell, Sports360. As we continue to deal with the spread of the coronavirus, we pray that you and your loved ones are healthy, safe, and doing well, despite all of the uncertainties and challenges caused by local and national lockdowns across the globe. These are certainly trying times, but I am convinced that we will get through this together. Now, due to the coronavirus, we all know by now that the sports landscape has gone mostly dark. I say mostly because while games and events have been widely canceled or postponed, there continues to be intriguing stories emanating from the world of sports. One such story involves the continued controversy surrounding the new NFL CBA. Less than 2 weeks ago, we did a podcast on the warning signs evident in the CBA voting. Throughout the process, the votes of player leadership and the general membership were extraordinarily close. We're not going to revisit the voting tallies now, but I would encourage you to go back and listen to that podcast on the CBA vote. It's a 6 or 7 minute podcast that is certainly worth your time. One of our main points there was simple, and that is, given the slim margin by which the new CBA was ratified, it was clear that there were some unhappy players in the camp. By now, we all know that stars like J.J. Watt, Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Richard Sherman, and others voiced their opposition to the deal. But now we have something entirely different. Now we have a player who is calling for the deal to be invalidated and who's also demanding an investigation and petitioning for a revote. That player is free agent safety Eric Reid. You know Eric Reid. He's the outspoken former 49er who kneeled with teammate Colin Kaepernick a couple of years back during the playing of the national anthem. Reid is demanding an investigation into what he says was new language added to the CBA after the deal was ratified by the players. Reid says that this new language would drastically limit disability payments for retired players in a manner that was not presented in the proposal the players voted on. Under the old CBA, players who received total and permanent disability benefits could also receive disability benefits from Social Security. These two distinct benefits are or were vitally important for many retired players and their families. Under the proposal in the new CBA, the player disability benefits would be reduced by offsetting or subtracting the Social Security benefit from the total and permanent disability payments. The potential reduction in benefits was something that many players were not happy with from the outset. But what has upset Reid and his lawyers is what Reid calls the new language that appears in the ratified deal. According to Reid, in the deal voted on by the players, the disability offset would apply to players who applied for Social Security benefits after January 1st, 2015. Reid says that the new language in the CBA, however, would apply the offset to players who applied for the Social Security benefit before January 1st, 2015. This change in the language, Reid says, significantly broadens the pool of players who would have their disability benefits slashed. And more importantly, Reid says This was not something the players agreed to do when they ratified the new CBA. As a result, Reid is calling for the CBA to be invalidated. And as I said, he's demanding an investigation and he's calling for a revote. Now, in the interest of fairness, it must be pointed out that while there is controversy surrounding the new CBA, the deal negotiated by D. Smith contains a number of elements that benefit players. There's increased minimums, higher share of league revenues for players, pension increases, inclusion in the pension program of players who were previously excluded. There are fewer preseason games, more time off in training camp, and other benefits. So it's not all bad for players, not even close. But there's no denying that this agreement and the process leading to the agreement has been marked by opposition from many players all along the way. So far, there's been no comment from the NFL or, more importantly, the NFLPA to Eric Reid's charges. At some point, of course, and probably soon, we will hear from the union and get their side of the story. And when we do, we'll be right back here to discuss it with you. Until then, it's abundantly clear that the clouds surrounding the NFL's new CBA are not going away anytime soon. That's it for me, Brothers Out. I see you next time. Sports 360.